won't get Regents credit for it. All right, because this is it, because obviously it's a state exam. So if you want Regents credit, you're going to have to take it in June. All right, so just a heads up here. You better be on your deathbed if you're not coming in. All right, you'll still take it like Friday or the next week because I need a midterm grade for you. But as far as getting Regents credit towards your diploma at the end of the year, that will not count. You won't get Regents credit. All right, so just a heads up. Anything general about the test? Anything else? Pens, pencils. I'll have your numworks calculator down there for you. Probably bring some type of straight edge. I don't know if you'll need it or not for graphing. Everything's got to be done in pen too. I don't know if you remember those from your math Regents. Everything is done in pen except for any graphs that you do. All right, so the bubble sheet you do for part 1, that's got to be in pen. And parts 2, 3, and 4 also have to be done in pen unless it's a graphing question. You can do that in pencil. My best recommendation is always do it all in pencil and go over it in pen when you think you're satisfied. Or bring a erasable pen. Your call. All right, blue and black only. Blue and black only for the pens. Anything else general about the test? Okay. Tomorrow, make sure you bring a charged Chromebook to this class because you're going to be taking your 10 question multiple choice review. All right, on formative. Have some scrap paper. Other than that, I will provide a formula sheet that you'll get on the test, but you can't use anything else I've given you. All right, 10 multiple choice questions. And they are old Regents questions too. It's not something I made up like, let me try to stump them on this question. No, they're all Regents questions. All right, old ones. All right, you ready? Anything from last night that I assigned before? You guys are starting to see it's like, I'm starting to have you guys do these problems more and more and more here because they're starting to get a little repetitive, hopefully. What's up, Ariane?
20.
Okay, everyone, let's look at number 20. What's the value of sine A? All right, so you guys are starting to think sine, what we know about sine is opposite over hypotenuse, which is true, but I need a right triangle to get those values. All right, I need a right triangle. And this is probably one of the tougher ones we've done because it's not obvious what quadrant we're in. Right? It is not obvious which one we are in. So how do I determine, which triangle do I need to make? Where is it? Right? All right. That comes from the other 2 facts. Cosine is radical 5 over 3, and tangent, let's start here. Less than 0 is just a fancy way of saying it's negative. So here you go. All students take classes. Where are my 2 where is tangent negative? Well, where's it positive? That's probably easier. Where's it positive? Quadrants 3 and 1. So it can't be there, right? So now I'm down to 2 and 4. So out of 2 and 4, let's go over here. Here's where it gets tricky. It says cosine is radical 5 over 3. I don't care. I just want to know it's positive, right? That's a positive radical 5 over 3. So out of these 2 quadrants now, 2 and 4, which one is cosine positive in? Quadrant 4. So that's where I am for this problem, quadrant 4. Tangent is negative and cosine positive. All right, go back to that cosine. Where do you want me to put the radical 5 and the 3? It's cosine. Cosine. So adjacent over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is never negative, and that radical 5 won't be negative because it's on this side of the x-axis. And then how do we find the third side? How have we always been finding the third side? Pythag, right? This is getting a little repetitive. Radical 5 squared plus b squared equals c squared, or equals 3 squared. And then I think it's b squared equals 4. So b equals 2. Just be careful because look where you put the 2. Got to be negative. Or, okay, say you forget that it's negative. you're finding sine in quadrant 4. Hopefully that's another way to remember it. And that's got to be a negative value. All right, so opposite over hypotenuse, negative 2 over 3. Negative 2/3. So probably the difficult part there was what quadrant am I in? A little bit tougher than the couple we reviewed already. All right, anything else before we start chopping through like usual? You guys try to tell me how to do it. All right, that's the point I'm at right now, because this is what? 8th day of review. All right, our 8th day of review. 25, here we go. 25. Algebraically, determine where the zeros are. All right, what am I looking for? Looking for the zeros. I know that. What's that mean? Solutions, right? What's the solutions here? All right, zeros, where it equals 0. All right, so you can plug in 0 equals 3x to the 3rd plus 12x squared minus 3x. You guys can go right to it, or you can go to your calculator to see what the answer should be. But again, you're going to have to solve this because it does say algebraically. Yep. You can go to your equations. You can go to graph it and see where it crosses the x-axis. All are different ways of figuring out the zeros here. And what? I'm not ready. I don't want grouping yet. Good try though. Trying to know what's going to come out of my mouth. What answers should we get? X equals negative 4. And then what about the other? It didn't tell you a positive one? Both, right? Yeah. Plus or minus 1. And again, how did I could have predicted I was going to get 3 answers. How? Nice. Look at that. We learned so much. We've been learning so much. And then, yes, now it's grouping. Yep. Hey, there you go. I always ask to take out a GCF first. There you go, Marnie. There you go. Take out a 3 spot first.
Do we have to do that? I did it later.
You either do it now or you're going to do it eventually. You can't get away with not doing it. You're either going to do it now or after your group.
So was I wrong by grouping like the first 2?
No. But at the end, because I did it without taking out a GCF first, at the end I got this in one of my. You guys still got to take out a GCF. Right? Whether I do it now or at the end. So it's got to be done sooner or later. Okay, so I take it out first. I'm left with x cubed plus 4x squared minus x minus 4. And yes, now you group that. Okay, now I'm going to group that. So quick reminder of grouping. All right, what do you want to take out of that first grouping? X squared, yep. So I'm left with x plus 4. Now remember, I want an x plus 4 left here. So I got to take out a negative 1 and be left with x plus 4, absolutely. All right, finish grouping now. You're not done. What goes in the first parenthesis? X squared minus 1 and look, I could keep bringing down the 3 too if anybody's, but that 3 has no use in this problem. All right, not anymore because it doesn't have a variable with it. And then anybody see difference of 2 perfect squares up here?
Yes.
X plus 1, x minus 1, x plus 4, all equal to 0. And then everyone sees how we're going to get those 3 answers now, right? Negative 1, positive 1, negative 4. It's always good when it matches up to what you should get, right? A lot of confidence when it does. All right, anything on the old grouping, finding the zeros? Done? Done? What, Richie? Go ahead. Sorry.
If it wasn't in like, that's standard form.
That is good job. Yeah.
If it wasn't in standard form, would you need to put it in order?
You don't need to. The only time you got to rearrange it when you group is if, say, what's underneath the parentheses wasn't the same. Then maybe I do want to go back and kind of flip it around. But no, it does not have to be. Usually, I just throw the parentheses on the first two and the last two, and it works out. Good question. Anybody else? Good deal. All right, these next two should go pretty quick. 27. I give you probability of A and B. They're independent. What are they? Well, I guess the tough part is what the heck are they asking me for? And probability of A and B. So that's a quick formula. Anybody remember probability of A and B? How to find that pretty quickly? Probability of A times, and we're done. Yep. There's a separate formula for OR.
Wait, do we get these?
No. You get very, very little. All right, and we're done. All right, well, not done. We got to plug them in, but 1/3 times 5/12. Only 2 points, so not a lot of work needs to be done. $5.36. All right, whoa. This was a formula not given on your actual sheet, and it's not on here. So why don't we go to your formulas you need to know, and let's put that in. Put that formula in a blank box. And then I got another one for you. You can put right underneath. What's 5/53? All right, so find a blank box in that formula to know. Probability of A and B equals probability of A times B. And we'll flip that symbol around and we'll do the OR, probability of A or B. And that is probability of A. Now it's plus probability of B. Still not done. Minus probability of A and B. Yep. There you go. All right, good. All right, 29. Here we go. Teach me. State an exponential regression equation for this table. Free 2 points. Free 2 points. Use your calculator. Okay, give me more.
Regression.
Okay. All right. Marty, here we go. I go to regression. Yep. Right. There's hey, do you guys still have things typed in your table?
Yeah.
Because we did this problem before. If you want it, you could do what Marty's doing there, which is might be a while. Or you could just highlight one of the numbers and press Shift clear, and it'll delete the whole column for you once you confirm it. All right, so that's how you can get rid of a whole column without deleting each individual one. Shift clear, confirm it. All right, type them in. Be careful, right? You type like you text, no autocorrect. All right, I have to find where this equation is. What did I type in? We see here, at least somebody's checking me. 18.1, 11.6, 3.9. I did it backwards. All right, I'm not even gonna, here you go. That's what I was talking about. See. Follow your own advice. All right, help me. Where do I get the equation from? Can't help you day of. Nice pat on the back. That's all you're going to get from me. Graph. All right, here we go. Let's head up to graph. It'll show me what this graph looks like. Regression. Yeah. We don't want a linear one, right? That may be one we want, but not here. I go to the first exponential. Yep, we only live there, not the second one. Enter. It gives me back to the graph. Now go back to regression and it'll give you the equation. And there it is, the regression equation. The only thing you guys have to do to get the full 2 points is make sure we round, nearest thousandth. Thousandth, Gabby, what do you got? Come on, be there.
Three
Three.
numbers.
Okay, go ahead. Now I want you to round that.
Well, I gotta plug it in first. Wait.
Okay, go. You got this. Come on, dig deep.
What goes into the X?
Nothing. No, okay, you're thinking of the last problem we did with this. All this wants is the equation. That's it.
Oh, just the equation,
Yeah.
not the answer?
The answer is the equation.
Round all the value. Oh, okay.
You good?
Yes.
All right. Relax. It's fine. No need to get nervous.
2.46.
Okay, that's 100.
2.456.
Where'd 6 come from?
From 9.
0.45.
9.
That 5 rounds it up to a 9, right? Yep, good. So 2.459 times, redeem yourself. What about that other value?
616.
Good. And we're raised to the x. And please make sure you have y equals, because if you don't have the equals, it's not an equation. Okay, so make sure it's there. That's a free 2 points, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're just typing into your calculator. That is a free 2 points. You don't even have to do anything with it. You don't have to plug in for x or y. Okay. I think this is my... Nope, it's not. Okay, 30. I'll tell you, this one's a lot of work for just 2 points, but that's just me complaining. This one was a lot of work for 2 points. All right, A times B, and then you got to subtract 3C from it. Ready? Or do you want to just put A and multiply it by B? Put them right next to each other? All right. So x cubed plus 2x minus 1 times, I would just do one at a time here. I'll worry about that minus 3c in a minute. Because if I write it all out, it's going to get overwhelming. All right, what do you want to do here? Get that word out of your mouth. Foil. Get out of here. Double, triple distribute. I don't know. You just you tell me what you want me to do here. Whatever you want to call it. Double, triple distribute in here. I don't know.
Wait.
What? You want to flip them? Okay, never mind. Go talk.
Can we not
Factor?
Can we? Okay.
It's just asking you to, what's this symbol here?
Multiply.
Yeah, so just multiply. I don't want to factor anything. Yeah, no factor. Just multiply. All right, how do I multiply? Tell me something to do here, kids.
X to the cube.
Okay, you got it.
And then do
Whoa. I'm not, whoa. Can we just figure out what that is?
X.
One at a time here.
X to the 6th. 5th, right? Don't you add them? No, the 6th. 5th. You add the
You
exponents.
add
When you multiply, you add the exponent. So x to the 5th. Okay. What's next? What do you want me to do next?
Bring down the 2x.
Bring down the 2x.
Do x cubed times 7.
Are we still multiplying?
Yes.
There's no other. I'm confused.
We're multiplying now, right? So I did these two multiply. Now I got to do x cubed times 7, right? I'm distributing everything,
Oh, so.
right? So what's that going to give me? Plus 7x cubed. All right, what do you want me to do next, kids?
Now do 2x.
2x times x squared. 2x. 2x raised to the third. Everyone all right so far? Notice how slow I'm going. And that's on purpose because it's very easy to make a mistake. I did it. And now what? 2x times 7 gives me 14x. All right, now what do you want me to distribute?
The negative 1
Okay, the negative 1.
times x squared.
So what do I got there? Negative x squared. And then minus 7. Oops. I don't want to tell you what to do because there's different ways we could go here now.
You could combine like terms.
You want to clean it up
Yeah.
before we do anything? Sure, we can clean it up.
7x cubed and 2x cubed.
Oh, you're right. Could we do the grouping too?
Why are we factoring in this?
Sorry.
I don't
Sorry,
understand
I'm
why we're
sorry.
factoring.
The first, because
Why are we factoring
I
here?
don't
All we're
know.
doing is multiply these two and subtract it from this one. There's no, I don't know where the factoring is coming from. No factoring here. No factoring. I know you see something like this and okay, I combine the like terms, the 7x cubed plus 2x cubed.
Can we flip the 14x? Yeah, are you allowed to do that, or is that like? Just so it's like, it's for.
Oh, rewrite it?
Yeah.
Sure.
I did.
Okay. Can you do it?
Okay, sure.
Just so that ours match. Yeah.
I understand.
It looks better.
And then it makes more sense when he's writing it.
It's fine. Because I'm going to have to do it eventually because anybody see in the directions? I didn't mention it yet. Standard form, which means highest exponent to lowest. So I'm going to have to do it sooner or later. All right, that's just A times B though. We got to subtract 3 times C though.
Are we double distributing -3 to C first?
Well, you wouldn't have to double distribute it.
Triple distribute.
No, you just distribute.
So I got to do,
Distribute the
okay,
3.
all right, here you go. Ready? So we can do this off to the side. I have to do -3 times what?
X4 minus 5. Yeah, that's what I meant. I don't know why I said double.
All right, so what do I get from this?
Negative 3x to the
-3x to the 4th and
plus 15x.
plus 15x. Where they try to get you is you're going to forget that negative. On -3, you're just going to distribute a 3 maybe. Okay, and that's going to make a difference. All right, we got one last step is to clean it up and to write it into standard form. So x to the 5th goes first. What's got to come next?
Negative 3x to the 4th.
Yep. Next.
X squared. Or minus x squared.
9x.
I got
Oh, I
9x
thought
to
we
the
already-
3rd, right?
I thought we already did that.
Then what?
Minus x.
Minus x squared.
Oh, wait.
Minus 1. Minus 1. Minus
20.
14x.
Minus plus
Oh, but it's plus.
15x, right?
Oh.
29x. This is a lot of work for just 2 points. It's so easy to make a mistake. Yeah, it should be one of the 4 pointers. You're absolutely right. All right, all good. Unfortunately, calculator was useless here. Right, there are some that we're gonna have to actually know some stuff. And speaking of that, here you go. Now you guys can factor. There you go. 31. Factor this beast. Hey, and just a test-taking tip. Test-taking tip. They just don't say factor, they say completely factor. That's a little hint that you're probably gonna have to do you're gonna have to factor more than once. All right, there's a little hint right there, right? Especially when they put the word completely factor, you're probably gonna have to do it a couple times. All right, just not one and done here. All right, so what are we doing with this beast here?
For this one, do you have to do the thing like you multiply the first and the last one to like make a fourth one?
We could.
Well, how else would you?
Yep. Do it? We can do that.
Well, is there another one?
There is, just to factor it, yeah.
Can you like
Is that the one where you do the 2 spaces?
You could do it, yes. That's what you guys are talking the same language right there.
wait, what's the other one?
It's just get after it right now. 2 numbers that multiply to 4 and add to -5. But you just don't like the x to the 4th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, usually, here, if that was a squared, everyone would be throwing down x and x, right? Well, it's x to the 4th, so I'm not going to throw down x and x. I'm going to throw down x squared and x squared instead. And then what are those 2 numbers that multiply to 4 and add to -5? -1 and -4. Multiply to 4.
Excuse me.
Go ahead, Paige. What do we got?
No, never mind.
Are you doing the other method that they were
I
talking
don't know. I
about?
have no idea what they're talking about. I'm just doing my thing that I do.
Which is?
Well, can I just think for a second about what I did?
Okay.
Because
And remember, you're not solving anything here. We're just factoring.
Oh, the ABC.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
you
what I
can
always
just
have
do
to do so I can like actually like.
Okay,
know what
do your
they're
thing then.
But hold on.
Do your thing.
Wait.
Everyone see why it said completely.
We're
We're far from done, aren't we? X squared minus 1?
Oh,
I just wanted to minus
But why did -1?
It multiplies to 4.
X squared minus 4?
plus 2 minus 2.
Here's what drives me nuts. You're done! You're done! Did it say solve? Find the zeros, solutions? No. So I don't want to see x equals 1, -1, -2, and 2. You're done. That's it. All good? It just said to factor, so factor. I wasn't yelling at you. I was just saying in general to everybody.
You're good. You just didn't have the. You had some
Good?
negative
Questions?
I see what I'm thinking.
Come on, up top. Get it. Get it. Yep. Thank you.
Just multiply to 4.
Multiply to the last one, add to the middle. All right? Okay, good.
You can write it too.
Good. There you go. You got those 3.
Put it in.
You got those 3 for me. 26, 28, 32.
Wait, how many? Oh,